Greetings, some Lex Skillet. This is Mr. Mad Mick 15. Gonna do another video today. I was gonna do it on medical supplies, but Southern Prepper One said he was gonna do one on medical supplies, so I figured I'd let him do his first, and then I'd just make fun of his. But I'd like to talk today on footwear and the importance of it, and I hope you get something out of it. This is just a smorgasbord of some of the footwear I've accumulated. Some of it's new, some of it has been well worn. Most of it is surplus. These are just an old pair of Chippewas I have. They are, if you notice, they're muddy and dirty. The reason being is because they recently used. These are the boots I use when I'm cutting firewood. They are steel-toed, so that gives me an extra level of protection when running a chainsaw. And going forward in the future, economic collapse, society collapse, I may not be 20 to 45 minutes away from a surgeon to repair my feet. So I want that extra level of protection because I like my toes. This is a pair I just purchased recently. These are actually Marine Corps issue. They're called the Rat, rough all terrains. They appear to be a good boot. I've not field tested them yet. I've just mainly wore them out to the store and out shopping with the wife and kids. It's pretty much where I wore those, but they seem to be an excellent boot. Can't wait to get those field tested. Just recently got those. This is just a pair of surplus boots that I've had for some time. They are Gore-Tex, and they are also insulated. They are a desert cold weather boot. Really like those. Those are really comfortable, and comfort is a big issue with boots. If you put a boot on and it is not comfortable, it will never be comfortable. If it pinches or it binds the first time you try it on, it's probably always going to pinch or bind. So make sure the boot or the footwear that you get fits comfortably and your feet have plenty of room and that's comfortable, because it will not magically one day become comfortable. These are actually a miniature pair, you can see my hand, of combat boots. These are actually a pair of one of my daughters. I got each of my daughters a pair of these, and I gave I think I gave like $10 a piece for them. And they are Gore-Tex, but if you'll notice, they are not worn or scuffed because they do not think they're fashionable. But that's fine. But I've got them here if we ever need them, and when they outgrow them, I can just resell them. This is a pair of Magnums, and I got these from see, where did I get? I got these from lapolicegear.com from their closeout. These are actually the British military issue combat boot, and these are my wife's. I gave $9 for this boot, brand new. So lapolicegear.com is a great place to buy either children's or women's because of the size, and a woman's shoe size will be 2 sizes smaller than a man's, I do believe. And have some just some lightweight hiking boots. Just get you a good pair of hiking boots or some kind of lightweight for light duty stuff. But the next thing I want to talk about is the scourge of humanity, a flip-flop. I despise these things, but my little girls love flip-flops. They would wear these things everywhere if I would let them. But I don't like flip-flops. Flip-flops are not adequate footwear. When we go on vacation or take trips or whatever, I always require them to wear tennis shoes at a minimum, because if something happens in the park, we need to get out of there quickly. We need to make a hasty retreat. You cannot run in flip-flops. So they're okay for the beach or the pool, but they are not adequate footwear and shouldn't be worn on a daily basis. I've got some items here that go along with footwear and your feet. Now, most of the latest and greatest of your surplus stuff now is going to be this new suede material that the military went to about 10, 11 years ago. And get the stuff to maintain it, to keep it clean. Now, that's not from a cosmetic standpoint as much as it adds life to the boot, and I'm all about that. And especially in a world gone haywire, when you may not be able to replace the boot, you want to get as much life out of that boot as you can. So buy the repair kits or the maintenance kits for that boot. Also, pick up some of this stuff. This is wet proof. It adds a extra layer of waterproofing to your boot. It'll also soften and protect the leather. I think I gave like $2 or $3 for that at the local Wally Mart. Right here is beeswax. Beeswax is great if you know a beekeeper. To get you some beeswax, you can melt that, put it in the seams of your boots, waterproof it. Another item is shoe goo or shoe goop. This is the dollar store brand. This is the shoe goo. Notice no P. But this stuff is great. It's basically the same stuff as the high dollar stuff, but it works great. And if you get a rip, a tear, something happens to your boots, you need a way of repairing it. You need a way of fixing it. So this is a cobbler in a can almost. So have something to repair the boot with. Also, you want to maintain your feet. It's something to work on some athletes' feet. Get some foot powder. Now, I know this says body powder, but this was cheaper. So I got body powder instead of foot powder. Same stuff. Lysol. Well, you're probably asking, why is he talking about Lysol? We're talking about footwear. Going forward in the future, may have to cannibalize, vulturize, scavenge for footwear for you or members of your group. And you may barter for boots. Have a way to disinfect and kill any lingering foot fungus that may be in that pair of boots or that pair of shoes that you're getting. So get some Lysol, and it'll have the nice soft powder scent. Yeah, whatever. But also some laces. Stock up on laces. These are a cheap little item. It's not going to break the bank. A great barter item. It has an indefinite shelf life. These things won't go bad. Store up some laces. Now, what I do is when the laces that come in the pair of boots gets frayed, breaks, goes bad, whatever, I replace it with just regular 550 paracord, and that works great. So have some paracord. And last but not least, socks. Have socks. It is part of the proper footwear equation, but have good socks. Now, I've just got out cotton socks here, but I didn't include the wool socks or the winter socks, but make sure you've got an adequate supply of socks. And that's not just for a raw situation or an economic collapse situation or anything like that, but cotton is at an all-time high on the commodities market, and these are not getting any cheaper. So buy them now while they're cheap, and they'll last indefinitely on the shelf. So you may get this bag for $6 today. Who knows? 3 months from now, they may be $60. So stock up on socks. Have plenty of socks. I hope something I said here has inspired you, or you learned something from it, or gave you some ideas. And I hope it helps. This is Mr. Mad Mick 15 signing off.